8:45. We have Angela Sticka-Snyder joining us this morning. She's an enrolled IRS agent. She's here to talk about the 5 things you need to do if you filed an extension on your taxes. So hard to believe we're back around talking about taxes already.
Yes, indeed.
But that deadline extension, it's coming up on October 15th, and there's a number of things that people need to do to make sure they're prepared before that deadline. So good morning to you first off.
Yes, thank you. Good morning.
Before we get to that, what are the things that people need to be keeping in mind as we approach that deadline?
Okay, so if they filed an extension on their taxes that were due originally on April 15th, they're now due on October 15th. So the 5 things they need to do are, the first thing is gather up all your tax documents and compare them to last year. So you want to make sure you're not missing anything. And if you're not sure if you're missing anything, there's a great resource. You can go to irs.gov/payments and you can pull down a transcript. Okay? So what you want to do is pull down a transcript and see anything and everything that's been filed under your social. And it's a great place to look also in case you've got identity theft.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, another thing you want to do, so that's the first and second thing, is gather everything and make sure you're not missing anything. The third thing you want to do is to itemize your deductions. Don't listen to the news. You never know, okay? So it's like those crumbs left on the table after you've had a muffin, right? And you scoop up the crumbs and you might get one big bite. You want to do the same thing with your itemized deductions. So gather as much as you can from your donations, even medical, just in case. So that's the third thing. The fourth thing you need to do is print it out, look at it, even if somebody else prepared it or you did it on some software package, print it out and take an actual look at it. Because a lot of people think, oh, I don't know what I'm looking at. You know, how will I know? Well, what if you got married and it still says you're single, but you're really married? What if you have 3 kids and it says you have 7? It's amazing. You can look at it for common sense things. So definitely look at it. And the last and final thing that you need to do if you filed an extension on your taxes is file. Most people are afraid to file when they owe. That's the #1 time you want to file. There's this fancy word called statute of limitations. All it means is how long the IRS has to come back to collect. They only have 10 years. So if you get filed, then that clock starts counting. If you don't get filed because you're afraid that you can't pay, which there's options, then your penalties reach 25% of the original tax.
Wow.
Yes, but you can work out payment plans. You can go to irs.gov/payments, and you can work out a payment plan. You can get into currently not collectible if you have absolutely nothing to pay for, nothing to pay your taxes with, then you can get currently not collectible. But the #1 thing you want to do is get filed so that that statute of limitations clock starts counting.
And that deadline, again, it's coming up on October 15th. We're going to have the link to all this information on our website. That's brproud.com. So make sure you follow those 5 rules and get everything in before the deadline on October 15th. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Wonderful.